Hey everybody, it's Bus, continuing our playthrough of the Path of Champions. Today, we're taking on the 1.5-star quest, the Prodigal Sorcerer, doing battle up against Ezreal. We'll be using our 2-star Evelynn. If you're not familiar with Evelynn, her star powers that get the +1 starting mana the first time you kill a follower each round, typically a husk, but the first follower that dies each round, you put a fleeting copy in your hand. And then the big one for Evelynn, the Peak of Ecstasy, when you level up an ally, you give your allies everywhere +1/+1. Evelynn tends to flip 3 and 4 times each game. In terms of our relics, we're using the Chameleon's Necklace. This gives you 2 extra copies of Evelynn in your deck. Makes her a little bit easier to draw. She's very important in terms of closing out these games, using that Peak of Ecstasy to boost all of our units. And so, that's who we're doing battle with today. Click on this Ezreal adventure. Maybe we'll get in there. There we go. Did it that time. Head on into battle. Okay, into the powers. What you got for us? Allies have Overwhelm. I always love. The relic I use a lot of times with Evelynn is just the Overwhelm relic, given that you run into a lot of turns to where you've done your thing. You have like 60 stats of units on the board, but your opponent just blocks everything because nothing has Overwhelm, and then you don't actually deal any damage. And so I use that one sometimes. I'm still trying to get a feel for the Chameleon's Necklace to have the extra copies of Evelynn, but I am a big fan of Crush. I think this is one of the best common relics in the game. Makes these games end much, much faster. And so that's who we're going to be using. The best defense, grow my health to match my power, I do really like as well, but I think we're going to be a little bit happier with the Overwhelm. And so, game start, all players summon a Hextech Observatory. That gives you the mana back for the first spell you play each turn. We're likely going to overwrite it quickly. Just get that thing out of here. So with this, we could probably keep everything here. I'm just going to get rid of Vora, see if we don't find anything a little bit cheaper. Right, we have the 2-3-4 curve here. So the Vora is not super useful. All right, damage right to the Nexus. Get our friendly little dragon attacking. Feels good. This is tough, right? Because if he attacks, we probably just want to block it anyways. Let's just go ahead and hate spike. We're going to get the mana back. This is not ultra ideal if he's just going to be coming in and blocking our unit anyways. Alright, so domination down. Get to add Evelynn next turn. May have enough stats to close out the game. Wouldn't be surprised if we had to play an extra turn, but we should be close. Picked up impact as well for an extra point of damage. We got 10 power Overwhelm on the board. Maybe. Okay. If opponent's gonna beam, then I guess we will get it from here. Alright. GG, Hextech Observatory. You do that? You say good game to a building? That's how it works. Is Hextech objects, or the Hextech things inanimate? They have no consciousness. Does it appreciate us telling it good game? Maybe. Maybe. So here, not a lot of excitement. I'm just going to go with the Arachnoid Sentry. It's a unit. I mean, there's not much more to say about it than that. At least gets the bonus from all the husks, the bonuses from Evelynn and everything. Coming in with these, I'm not opposed to Quen. The scout units work really fantastically when you give them all boosted stats, right? It makes your stats kind of work twice. But with everything having Overwhelm already, I don't think it's incredibly important. I'm just going to go with the Teemo out of this one, just for another collection of early game plays. Now, in terms of the things, we have a shop up top. Scribe of Sorrows, he lets you buy bad relics here in the middle, and then champion item chest at the bottom. Very happy to hit up this champion item chest. All right. Heading into the teachings of the dragon. I wasn't paying total attention there. This is usually the one to where when your opponent plays a spell, they get a dragonling, and then the dragonling has bonus stats. All right. I've been clicking on it too fast. Yeah. When the foe plays his first spell, they summon a dragonling. The foe's dragonlings have +1 attack. Starting to remember them all. Hi, Teemo, do your thing. So many Teemos. Alright, well, let's just prevent the damage. It's not that big of a deal. Got another copy in hand if we really want to get him down. It's kind of tempting to just, like, drop the Teemo. This is sad. The saddest day for him. And then just nuke him to the Viper Warp. Take those stats. I just, like, I don't feel like we're ever going to lose this battle. I just don't want to come out here and take this damage. Alright, so we'll send the Viper Worm in. Oh. Oh, that's kind of lame. I wasn't expecting the burst blocker. Okay. Still just gonna follow up with domination. Get our husks going so then we can get Evelynn going as well. I'm getting boomed. Maybe we talked too much trash about the AI in the previous battles. We're playing a little bit too sloppy here.
I fight with my spirit, not my fists. You must have heard the screaming.
All right, but we're ready now. We got all the big units on board. Prepare for the animations. We're good to go. So let's dart down this Dragonling. He's certainly going to attack with it. I was thinking in my head, it's like, I'm curious if opponent's going to come at us with a... come at us with like a burst speed dragon, kind of like how he blocked with on the previous turn. Not the case here, but I was wondering if it was going to come at us. But we should be pretty close to lethal for this new turn. We have the elusive husk, and so we should be able to just get the full board of elusive units here. Spell Shield's a nice add as well. Alright, so the units come down, the abilities spread out. Both Evelynn and Vora have elusive Spell Shield. We can continue on, right? We can add the Haunted Husk. Keep those abilities moving on. Add Salter. You get elusive, you get Spell Shield. Now we're ready for battle.
I love it when they scream.
20 coming at you. GG.
It's always over so soon.
Alright, anything cool in here? Not really. Just pick up the Mini-Morph. It's a nice interactive spell. Into the champion item chest. This is where the something cool is going to turn up, right? Definitely picking more Evelynns. Something cool did not turn up, though. Guess I'd rather have Giant's Belt. We've never really had Evelynn be at risk of dying, though. Let's go with the pickaxe, just make her a little bit stronger. Do we get to skip anything if we go for the Silent Shadows here? It doesn't look like it. You can't skip the Karma battle, but let's go for it anyways. This seems like an ability that's going to work quite nicely with our deck, right? When a unit dies, grant a random unit in that player's hand +1 attack. I feel like it may work out with the husks. Maybe not. Maybe that timing is just a little bit off, but even when like the husk cycle dies, it should still be giving bonuses to units in our hand. So with this, I'm going to hold on to Teemo, hold on to Domination. I'm not entirely certain with this deck if we shouldn't be taking the strategy we took with Teemo, right? We did Teemo in our previous playthrough to where we just hard mulligan for Evelynn, right? If we're playing the Chameleon's Necklace, we're just kind of saying how important it is to hit the Evelynn. And so do we need to go all in on actually drawing her? I'm not ultimately super convinced yet, but I just have to stop and think about it a little more. Alright, I thought we might find something to get a bonus thing with this Teemo. It's like whenever I attack and we put that little support bubble on the board and don't use it, it just feels like we're doing something wrong. And so I thought that we might be able to play the Domination and then have a better target for the Teemo attack, and that line of thought was completely gone. But I see the value just like slipping away, and I know I have to do something about it. Oh, he attacks. It's like all of our units are getting big now.
Time to die.
I think we can stop here. Like we can go up against Karma with 15 health, not feel terrible about it.
That was hot. Don't waste my time. I want more.
All right, let's start doing the husk thing. Let's add the sentry first. It's gonna kill some stuff. I'm wanting the kill points to go onto Teemo. So we'll see what turns up here. We may just be in a spot to where it doesn't matter, but a lot of animations happening, a lot of stuff going on. But I think we can add the husk, we can add Teemo, and be pretty close to where we want to be. I'm used to the Shadow Fiend having free attack. It's odd to see it come down and not move into the middle. Alright, but that looks good, right? Got neg 29 going into 24. Certainly enough for a lethal. Opponent was out of mana with no more blockers. Call it a day. Alright, get all the big bonuses from the vicious enemy. Nothing useful though. These cards all suck. I guess we'll take the Solitude. She's a little better than Steam. Just comes down a turn earlier. Onto the powers. When an ally survives damage, we're never using that. When you summon an ally, give it keywords. Beautiful, beautiful. Big power for the husks coming in. Solitary Monk lets us cut cards. Steam, you're gone. So expensive. Into the healer. It is a little counterintuitive to come in here and just cut all the expensive cards out of your deck right before you get to the Karma battle, but I'm usually still pretty okay with it, right? With Karma, all players start the game with 10 mana gems. When you take this typical strategy of just cut out everything expensive, you start with the 10 mana gems and just have a handful of 1 and 2 drops. It's a little counterintuitive, right? But I think it's still okay. So here we'll take the full mulligan. Look for Evelynn. Didn't find her. Uh-oh. Poison Dart, not really the superstar we're looking for here. But still gonna come down and try and drop a bunch of stats. I don't think we've hit Challenger. Oh, we have Challenger on. God, I forget. Does she always do this? Oh, she got boosted by the Jeweled Protector. It's like my mind is still in Aurelian Soul mode, where Karma comes down and she's just like a 40-40. All right. So anything else interesting happening here? We have good hooks like this. Our Puffcat Pup friend has Elusive. I think that's where we have to stop. So not the greatest, right? This is a spot to where it would be nice to have some 5 and 6 cost cards in our hand, but I think we're okay. We have a couple of elusives. We have some blockers for a couple of turns, and then if we pick up a good expensive card, we should be ready to pop off. I think. Let's let our opponent spend the mana first. I do want to get all of our spells going, so we're going to just be like counting on Teemo from this point forward. So we'll take the damage from Karma. I'm going to play both the Poison Dart and the Mushroom Cloud this turn. Poison Dart in. That'll get our Teemo to flip. Oh, are you kidding me? Opponent just boomed us real good. I was not expecting Green Glade duos to come in. All right, well, we got to find that. We got to find that Evelynn. Puff Pup is not the Evelynn we were looking for. Oh, hang on. Let's do it this way. See how opponent reacts. I was going to say, I think he's going to block with Karma, but we're still going to clear out this board. We got some Puff Cap damage in, and then we're going to be able to just block Karma next turn. She should be pretty close to dying. This unit dying thing gives us a lot of refill as well. So add a couple of more units to put on the board. So if we survive this turn, I think we should be okay. Not very nice. Not very nice. All right, but we're going to get a husk for our efforts. We still have 2 elusives. Maybe that'll be enough. Got to add in the pup, though. Don't want to lose it. It does have overwhelm and everything, so if he had a smaller unit, we might be able to get a takedown with it. Yeah, like the Green Glade Duo. All right, we might be okay. Ooh, and Teemo turns back up? That's what we needed. Okay. I think we're fine now. And I forgot with Teemo having elusive. I can't tell if he did it on the last attack. It looks like he failed, but getting these hooks into the Green Glade Duos, we're going to have overwhelm coming in. Right? So we should be lethal as it is, but we're going to get all those Teemo Puff Caps. Should have put the pup to the left of Teemo, but still enough at the end of the day. All right, that was a little worrisome. But we made it through. GG. Next battle. What do we got? There we go. Game start. Draw me if not in your opening hand. Perfect. That was the absolute best power for Teemo as well. Feels like it's going to be that way with Evelynn. All right, anything useful in here? The stabilize again. That could be kind of nice, but I'm going to go with lie in wait. This works with all the husks. So the husks get the lurk bonus and spread that lurk bonus out to the other units. Going to be pretty big. Up here, we got a champion item chest. It's not a big necessity to go towards anymore, though, right? Because we just picked up the thing that lets us have Evelynn in our starting hand. So I think we're going to go towards the item chest. So with these battles, either a stun thing or... He does get elusives off of this. Shuffle and draw. All right, let's head towards the Mariner. So at round start, the player shuffles their hand into their deck and then draws that many. So get those puff caps going. you gotta go for the Teemo this game. All right, we'll hang on to Vora. This is the spot where it gets like a little awkward because you don't want to actually pick up Evelynn in your opener, because then it's just kind of like a wasted draw, right? Because they're going to draw another one automatically anyways, but it's weird. Seems like we're okay.
What does he want from me?
Oh, it's so weird, the cycle thing. I'm just going to open. I want to try and hit the lurk. I want to make sure that we can attack. We missed, but I think that's still okay, right? We're never attacking with domination, so I might as well just go ahead and open with the Warden's Prey. Get that point of damage in. Make sure we get the domination, or make sure we attempt to get the lurk. Now our Evelynns are all gone. There she is. Last card.
You must have heard the screaming. I'm starting to get jealous. Impress me.
Right. Here come the animations. Tune in.
While I see what's inside.
Does her epic skin have new animations on it? I can't remember. I don't think it does.
Scream.
So if you get tired of watching that one, you can at least switch to a different one.
Let's keep going.
All right. We know the hand's gonna cycle away now. We've gotten used to it at this point. Let's see if we can't hit a lurk.
Hello, love. Who's your plaything today? Another leader desperate to lose control. Nothing new.
So what do we got? I mean, our keywords are all so good at this point. We're never losing this game, and we're going to end it at max health, right? We've hit elusive lifesteal on pretty much everything, but I'd still like to try and maximize what we have. It's going to be lethal. We're probably a little short. He's got 11 health to block with.
I said walk.
Got our lurk, though. Nice. All right, easy.
Let's do this again sometime.
Oh, goodness. So what do we got here? Just more copies of Teemo. I think that's okay. When you summon an ephemeral copy. End of the epic item chest. Something cool? Not really. I feel like we've said that every time. Don't want any of these. The next ones. When you play Vora, reduce my cost by the cost of your most expensive allied champion. So if we have Evelynn on board, we can play Vora for free. Or if we play Teemo on turn 1, we can play Vora on turn 2 and get a Husk and then play Evelynn on turn 3, since we have the +1 mana. Okay, I'm on board. So, into the shop, the power. Disarmed, -1 attack on enemies. It's not really pivotal for Ezreal, right? Ezreal is all built around his True Shot Barrages and Static Shocks, but it's still quite strong. Otherwise, cheap Rocket Barrages, strong Sump Fumes. I'm just not really interested in any of this stuff. There's a mana gem on the Clump of Wumps, but yeah. There's Solitude. We cut all the Solitudes out of our deck so we could come back in and add some more. I don't think so. Let's move on. And so, where are we at? We don't have a choice here? We do have a choice, right? It just looks weird. There's all these clouds on top of the Fallen Feline. I'm going to go up to this epic thing, whatever it is, the epic item chest, but this looks strange down here with the Herald of Spring. But alright, on to the Astute Academic. Cards the foe draws. It costs 2 less this round. Gotcha. So we can mulligan away our Evelynn. Everything else looks reasonable to keep. It's like, I know that, like, mathematically it's probably... Oh, we just immediately redrew her? That's lame. I know that mathematically it's, like, probably safe to just get rid of the Arachnoid Sentry and look for something a little bit better, but...
What does he want from me?
But if I'd known that we were just going to pick up the Evelynns, then I wouldn't have worried about it.
I brought my books. Hope that's all right.
We get like double duty on this swap bot since we have disarmed? I don't think so. I was curious if, since it was like a play ability, if the things were shrunk and then they swapped and then they reshrunk. Doesn't seem like it worked that way.
I want to go home.
But we'll start popping off next turn. We got a Husk on board. We got an Evelynn in hand. Things are about to start happening. There's so many keywords on the Husk already. It has like 5 keywords on it.
You must have heard the screaming. I'm starting to get jealous. Impress me.
Alright, picked up Lifesteal. Need to make up for that little bit of chip damage that we took. We should be good to go. Ready for Ezreal.
Yes, I bite.
You're disrupting my research.
Charged up and ready to go.
Easy, easy.
Take this puppy for a spin.
Uh-oh. Is he going to make another attack on us, though?
Don't waste my time. Back on the prowl.
I think we're okay.
Blast him.
Blast him.
Beg. Hi there.
Yeah, it's so tough. I don't want the academic, but these cards are so tough to. It's so tough to pass up on the value. But this will be fine. We'll get the academic. We'll put the husk into hand from our Evelynn ability. Oh no, we won't, because the academic was our card. That's kind of lame. All right, let's just kill something then. that's the answer, right? Things go wrong, just kill their units.
Scream for me.
All right, we'll try this again. We'll put in the we'll put in the Arachnoid Sentry to get a stun. That should get us pretty close, right? How much? What do we have? 19 attack as it is. That's probably lethal on its own, but let's get the Sentry in just to make sure. I knew you all wanted to watch some more animations, and so here we get that Sentry going. Now we're at neg 36. A little bit of a boost. Make that 39 as we hit the lurk on the attack. GG.
I love it. I want more.
All right, what do we got the rest of the way? Here, elusive arachnoid sentries. I mean, fine, you know, whatever. Onto the item chest. Anything good here? Not really. Adding in extra dominations doesn't sound terrible, so we'll add a copy of that. Into the healer, we're going to cut a card. Leaning more towards the Viper Worm. We could probably safely get rid of Minimorph, but I always want to make sure I have like one kind of catch-all removal spell, and the Minimorph is counting for that right now. Could get rid of Poison Dart. I don't think it kills anything against Ezreal. Fine. Alright. So, the foe spells cost 1. The round start, they get a fleeting static shock, so they play static shocks for 1. Then once Ezreal flips, they start getting the 1 mana True Shot barrages. Okay, so we'll mulligan away Evelynn. I think it looks good. Should be able to crush this one down pretty quick, right? We get to play Salter on 1. Then on turn 2 we'll play the Puffcat Pup along with the Rehusk. And then on turn 3 we have Evelynn to get started with the combos. Once we have Evelynn on board, we can play Vora for free. I think this is all going to go nice. Okay. He is getting all the targets in. It's a little scary. Getting that Ezreal leveled up. Hit the lurk though. Finally going to get some usage out of it, right? All of our husks get the bonus off of lurk, and so as that builds up, we can get the 1 onto the husk, and then say we eat the husk with Vora. She gets kind of double damage with the lurk, since she's going to get the additional stats with it as well. But here comes Evelynn. Everybody has elusive, so it's not like Ezreal doesn't even have attack. He's not putting mystic shots in his hand anytime soon. Now I think we're done. I think we're good.
A little more painful.
We'd just be saving this Vora for next turn. It's like once she comes down next turn, we get the additional stats from the Evelynn level up. I don't think it's gonna matter, but something to contemplate.
I want more.
Now we'll make it so Ezreal can't block. We can still follow up with the Viper Worm. We can strike stuff for 3 and have it not die, so we just get those additional stats on the board. May want to go that route. See how close to lethal we are here. It's like we have like 30 some on board. Uh-oh. That was a net loss of stats. I think we're still good though. We got 29 coming in. Oh, we're good for exacties. We hit the lurk to get a little bit extra, but The game wasn't taken away from us there. Our greed did not do us in.
Let's do this again.
And so, not a bad set of battles. Again, as we're on these lower level battles, since we're starting with such a star high power, I don't expect too much resistance from the opponents, but it can let us find some of these good interactions along the way, help us prepare ourselves for when the battles get a little bit more challenging. And so, I had fun with that. Hope you had fun with it too, because that is going to do it for us today. And so, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way. Had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.